Skarloey is very proud to be working on the island of Sodor. He has worked with Rheneas on the narrow gauge railway for many years. Because he's been working for so many years, Skarloey is old and not as strong as he used to be. The other engines usually tease him about this. One day, Skarloey was happily resting in his shed when Duncan puffed by, whistling loudly, pulling some coaches. "Wake up, lazy bones! Stop gossiping in the sun when there's work to be done!" "My train isn't ready yet!" yelled Skarloey crossly. "Don't take it personally, Skarloey," said Duke. "Sir Handel and Peter Sam used to tease me back in the early days, but they soon learned that I had a lot left in me." Skarloey felt better. Then his driver arrived. "Come along, Skarloey, our first train is due," he said, and they set off. Skarloey was determined to get his passengers to where they needed to go on time and to not have any delays. As he arrived at Krosny Curran, Duncan was there. "It's about the time you started luck, you old-timer," he said. "I think you should retire for good. You have been showing your age way too much." Skarloey took no notice of Duncan's hurtful words, but secretly he felt worried. What if now was the time that he should retire? Suddenly, Skarloey began to feel a little strange. "What's wrong with my boiler?" he wondered. "I might slow down or I'll burst." He did slow down, but his speed became slower and slower. Skarloey slowed down so much that all of a sudden, he stopped. The crew realized that the valves inside of Skarloey were out of order. Just then, Rusty came along the line. Skarloey told him what happened, and he agreed to help. Once the passengers caught their standard gauge train, Skarloey was taken to the engine works yard. There, he saw Edward. He was having his final checkup before he could go back home. "Edward," asked Skarloey, "has anyone told you that you should retire? Because Duncan said that to me today." "Yes, they do," said Edward, "but I always show them that I still got it. A while ago, I brought some passengers home despite having some damage I had. Now hopefully the other big engines will respect me. Even though you're old, that doesn't mean you can't be real useful. And there's no need to retire when you have great friends and a railway that you enjoy working on." Skarloey knew that Edward was right. Once Edward was finished, he whistled goodbye to Skarloey and he set off for home. When Edward got back to Tim of Sheds, a big surprise awaited him. A welcome home party had been arranged, and all of his friends whistled to welcome him back. The Blue Engine smiled. He couldn't have been more happier to be with the many engines and friends that have supported him all these years, and he was sure that Skarloey would deserve the best.